Okay. Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here. Thanks, Renee, for this explanation. Of course, besides our costs that are very efficient, we also have a process that is very efficient and, if you want to say, fast and very easy to understand. So I have here a single slide that we show you all the process and in a summarized way for you to see that it's very simple. And of course, at the end, I can answer questions about it. So what is the first step you need to have if you are an issuer, a company that wishes to list with us? So the first step is to find a listing advisor and a broker. A listing advisor is abbreviated as LAT. So I will refer as a LAT for listing advisors. So the partner selection is vital in this process. And we in our website, we have all the lists of our approved and authorized listing advisors and brokers so you can check their background and choose wisely. Because everything must come through this LAT. The DCSX do not have direct contact with the issuer, so the LAT will be and act as a coordinator between you and the exchange at all times, before for questions, during the listing process and application, and during the listed entity. It's live as a listed entity. So it's very important you choose someone who you trust and who has obviously the background you need. The LAT also, we will be accountable for the correctness and compliance of all your information and documentation that has been brought to our exchange. So that's important too, to comply with our requirements. And the LAT ensures that the issuer fulfills its transparency requirements we and the international standards require. And what is the broker? The broker is the one who facilitates the buying and the selling of the listed securities. If the securities are tradable, I want to make a difference here. We in the exchange have two types of listing: the technical listings that do not trade, do not buy and sell, and the tradable listings that are securities that are tradable. It can be equity, bonds, or funds. So this is important for you to know. The second step is the listing documents. When the right partners are chosen, the next step includes the preparation for the listing. And this is also done with the issuer and with the LAT. At this stage, the LAT together with the issuer need to team up to agree on the general structure. That is very important because that is the base for the prospectus or the information memorandum. You need to understand that in case of a public offering, it's called prospectus or information memorandum. And in case that is a private placement, it's called circular. And in that case, you issue first and then list. That's another difference. So what is a prospectus? A prospectus is a detailed information document with all the information about the company, the securities listed, and the related risks and projections of the issuance. That is very important. So basically, it's a detailed business plan. Who is the company, why, and how they expect their success, what are the funds are needed for, and how the investor will be remunerated. That is very important for the investor. So the prospectus must be complete and very understandable for them. Another part of the listing documents you need to prepare with your LAT are the KYC information and documentation. So, sorry, I think I'm gonna mute you because you are on, your mic is not off. Okay. Okay. So we continue. During this stage, the KYC information is vital. So the LAT should ensure that it gathers all the required legal and financial documents from the issuer to comply with our listing requirements. At this stage, the DCSX is not officially involved yet. So it is up to the LAT to ensure everything is ready and in accordance with our listing requirements. to start the application registration process. So when everything is ready, all the required documentation must be sent to our contact details. So with the application letter, with some forms we require, and then we can start the process. How do we start it? Reviewing internally. The documentation and the information of the prospectus is reviewed by us, and we need to provide the LAT with our feedback, indicating whether the received documentation are in line with our requirements. If they are not, we ask them to complete them. And then when we receive the complete documentation and the IM that is in line with our requirements, all of this package is sent to a listing committee conforming 3 members, and they review it. They have 10 business days to provide their comments, suggestions, questions, inquiries, everything for them to be ready to provide their approval. And these all must be addressed by the LAT. So when the package is complete and compliant with our requirements, the listing committee is ready to grant their approval. So if the approval is for a technical listing, it just will be appearing on our market section of our website. But if it's a tradable listing, we go, I forgot to, okay, to a roadshow. What is a roadshow? On tradable listings, the broker, together with the LAT and the issuer, may team up to make a roadshow to promote the tradable listing to interested parties like investors, general public, institutional, professional investors, depending on the structure and strategy they made at the first steps. So after this, it goes to the custodian. The custodian for tradable listings is our depository. It's called Vidanova Custody Foundation, and the listed securities should be dematerialized for the clearing settlement in this custody house. This process must be completed within the 6 months after the approval of the listing. And it is very important because all the securities are dematerialized there and held there in the broker's account. So another step, and is the fun step, is the listing ceremony. It is optional for the issuer to celebrate hitting the gong to celebrate its listing. So it's another step I included because for our Chinese clients, this is a very important one. And finally, the trading in the marketplace. How do you do it? And this is brought by many questions usually. If the listing is approved for tradability, the broker will offer the access to its trading platform that is connected to our trading platform in order for the clients to sell and buy their listed securities. Now, unlike popular beliefs, the DCSX did not offer direct access to investors on its trading platform. So all investors must have a brokerage account with our authorized and approved brokers. That is very important for you to know. So the account of the investors is with the broker, not with the DCSX. The DCSX offers its trading platform for the brokers to use, and our brokers are connected to it. So we don't have direct contact either with the issuers or the investors. So the issuer must have its LAT, and the investors obviously must address its broker. So the LAT is the representative of the issuer when dealing with the exchange. During their lifetime as listed entities, companies are required always to communicate us, the DCSX, key information about their company, the market, any information of material importance for the investor. So we will be receiving this information through the LAT. And this is all to meet the investor's expectations in terms of transparency. So, as mentioned before, the DCSX is internationally oriented and looking forward for opportunities in the global market. Our trading platform was launched on February 1 last year, offering our brokers a digital platform for trading. Along with the core business of an exchange, matching the offering and demand of capital, listing securities can be used also as a wealth planning, privacy, and tax optimization tool. If you want to be part of the DCSX as an issuer, as an investor, as a broker, or as an investor, you can contact me. I will leave my details, my contact details, so you can ask me questions, or in the chat box also you can ask for them. So I invite you all to visit also our website. We have many information there and our social media too, to check our listing requirements in full detail. Our listing fees, our our advantage is our low cost compared to other exchanges. Also, our LAT requirements to be approved as an authorized LAT. Also, the member broker requirements and general rules that we have to play this game fairly for all the participants. And also, we have many publications with our educational program with financial education about capital markets. So thank you very much. And if you let me check if anyone has asked any questions. Thanks. It is a power. Okay. I will answer those questions at the end, and we continue with Errol. Thank you very much.